This time I will be looking at Skycrawler's Innocent Aces. The Skycrawler's game is based on a series of novels by Japanese author Hiroshi Mori. His books have been adapted into an anime film, this game, and a manga series. The basic premise is somewhat strange. Although the world is actually at peace, in order to prevent a full-blown war from breaking out amongst the aggressive human population, several corporations stage battles for show. Both the film and the game make reference to children, genetically engineered children that are immortal unless shot down in battle, when they are simply cloned and the copy is sent out again with a new identity. The game is a combat flight sim developed by Project Aces, the same team that have worked on most of the Ace Combat series, and it shares many similarities with those titles. Now that I've filled you in on what the game is about, let me try and explain why you should give it a try. Skycrawlers is by no means an ugly game unless you happen to get fairly close to the ground, whereupon the textures and general lack of detail leave you in no doubt that you are playing on a machine that has less power under the hood than an Xbox 360 or a PS3. There are a nice variety of different skyboxes throughout the missions, creating the atmosphere that you are flying against a sunset or during a thunderstorm, for example. The various different planes, more of which can be unlocked, all look good, and they could feasibly be real machines, and importantly there is no trace of slowdown when there are a lot of bogies in the sky. Aside from the in-game graphics, another major visual component of this game are the anime-style cutscenes, which have been given the same level of polish as the feature film. You don't get to watch one of these after every mission, but there is over 30 minutes of animation spread between the game's 17 missions. All in all, Skycrawlers is a decent looking Wii game, but obviously if you put it up against fully HD counterparts on the other consoles, then it's going to suffer. I'm going to mention the voice acting first because surprisingly I feel that it is a good deal better than the voice work in the English dub of the film. Whereas a lot of the acting felt stilted and lacking in emotion in the movie, the VAs tend to do a much better job in the game. I definitely recognised the acting talents of Heather Hogan as Lieutenant Orishina, probably most well known for playing Colette Brunel in the Tales of Symphonia games. The music is also nicely composed and features Celtic influences, which helps give the Skycrawlers universe its own unique feel. The music was also a strong component in the animated film, so it's good to see this carry across from one medium to another. As mentioned previously, the Skycrawlers takes place over 17 separate missions, some of which have multiple sections. These predominantly involve shooting down other planes, but there are a few missions which diverge from this pattern to involve taking reconnaissance photos, destroying generators before shields can be activated, or protecting a downed seaplane from both naval and aerial attack. I have to praise Project Aces and Namco now for being considerate enough to provide multiple controller options for the game. The default controls see using the nunchuck in your dominant hand as the joystick of your plane, and the Wii remote as your throttle control. You can also perform various evasive manoeuvres by carrying out motions with the remote, and these can be very important in some of the trickier missions as they allow you to position yourself directly behind an enemy plane and then take them out efficiently. These can sometimes make the missions rather too easy though, and reduce the amount of actual dogfighting skill necessary to take down your opposition. You can also use either a GameCube controller or a classic controller, which is typically something that only Nintendo is thoughtful enough to offer. I have played many Wii games which are hampered by their insistence that you must use the motion controls and nothing else. Tiger Woods 2010 comes to mind. Though I have said that the classic controller is my preferred control method for playing Skycrawlers, the motion controls are in fact very well implemented and do a good job of making you feel that you're in control of a plane. There is also the small but very useful addition of a zoomed in targeting reticule that appears once you're in a certain range of your target, which makes lining up shots in the middle of a hectic dogfight much easier. It will probably take you in the region of 10 hours to play through the main story mode on the default difficulty setting. Then you have the option of either playing individual missions again in free play, or playing through the whole story again a second time on the hard setting. Though the amount of playtime you will glean from this game is by no means huge, it is quite possible to find a new sealed copy of the game for £10, which means that I still recommend that you pick it up, especially if you're a fan of the film. The game and the film are best experienced as part of a package, as both of them fill in missing details of the other's storyline and are more understandable, not to mention enjoyable, once you are aware of the backstory. Skycrawlers is a game that is likely to fly under the radar of many, especially in the West where the original series of novels haven't been translated. Fans of anime and aerial combat games should definitely take the time to check this cross-media project out, as there's a lot to enjoy.
Blue and white stretches out before me forever. I am engulfed in light. I fly in the sky. Beyond this, I know nothing. That is why I'm in this war.